You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race, life is a chase. I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race, life is a chase. I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. Easy, you don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep, only scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me.
Wrong face.
It was the Deuce show for a second.
Glad looked good too.
What's going on? What's going on? Gray Pill Podcast. First of all, I appreciate everybody for taking the time out and waiting on us. We had some technical difficulties for one of the guests, and a few of the guests, again, life, because people was asking about why y'all not starting at 6? You know, why y'all starting at 7? Life. I'm not gonna do this by myself. I'm just going to keep this 100 because I don't want to just be one perspective that's pushing one narrative, that's pushing one agenda. All right? That's not how we roll here. Okay? We said all men's panel. It's going to be an all man's panel. It's not going to be one man speaking for every man because I can't speak for every man. I'm different. I'm minute. I'm different. I like to exhale. So with further ado, I'm going to bring everybody up in here so we can get this conversation going. Let's bring Perma down because he has some stuff going on. You know what? I got you, Poppy, because I haven't done a good introduction for you in a minute, Poppy. I got you. Shout out to my brother from another mother, Deuce. What's going on, Deuce?
What's going on, everybody?
All right. What's going on, Mr. Jedi Mike? Appreciate you.
How you doing?
Hey.
Camera good?
Oh, yeah. You great, bro. You were great. No issues here. Get his face out there. Like always, before the billions. What's going on, billions?
Salute. Doing well, man. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you. If nobody don't know, you can check him out before the billions on his YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. He do great things. Okay, check him out. And where we at, Mr. Primal Studies?
Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? Hey, I'll be on camera in a second. I had to run. I forgot my toothbrush when I was traveling, so I had to pop into the store real quick to go get one. So I'll get on camera in a minute, but I'm running through the store right now.
Okay, I appreciate you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And last but not least, Poppy Blanca! What's going on,
man.
Poppy?
That was a good one. That was a good one.
It's been a minute, man. I had to do that. It's been a minute.
You should be doing the box. You know, what's the guy that used to do the boxing call outs and stuff like that? Is it Jim Gray?
I forgot his name.
No, Michael Buffalo.
What's his name?
Michael Buffalo.
Okay.
Yo, how's everybody doing today?
Doing good, bro.
Doing
Good.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here, man. Let's do it.
All right, that's what's up. All right, everybody. So I want to say, first of all, I'm gonna give a special shout out to if y'all seen the thumbnails, because a lot of ladies I asked that's mostly guests, and one of them in particular, I consider her as a friend. Before this whole Gray Pill thing started, I used to hit her up a lot in the DMs, and I feel became real good friends. So she's always given some great helpful advice, and I asked her for her permission to do the thumbnail for this one. Very attractive, very beautiful, very smart young lady. So thank her very much for giving me permission to do a thumbnail. I will add her with her permission. I will add her IG there. Y'all can go simp on her over there. All right, that's number one. So shout out to everybody in chat. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, Miss Amazon. All right. Appreciate you, Marcus, like always, one of our number one moderators. Also appreciate Mr. Vaughn, my man who got the best heart in the world. One also another moderators. Shout out to you. Where you moving at? All right. Shout out to you, Miss Jill. She says she's gonna come on through. So she did. I appreciate you.
She said permission given. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Row.
Okay. Appreciate you, Miss Shoo Shoo, like always. And I think Miss Tristan, if I pronounce it right, thank you. Appreciate you. And I think
Tristan's the guy.
Oh Lord. Appreciate you, sir.
That's my man,
My apologies.
baby.
And Deuce, I think you had a special request last time we was doing a stream about a couple hours ago. If you remember Miss Creative, she wanted you to have the beard, and she didn't like the baby face last time, so she might be popping on through. She was asking about you.
Okay, the beard is back. The beard is back.
Shout out to you, Rob B. If anybody know Rob B. Privilege, you can check her out always on her channel. Great influencer, great content creator. A lot of wisdom on her with her content, and a very educated young sister. So I appreciate her. Also appreciate Robin, one of the ladies, one of the panelists, a consistent guest, also part of Great Pill Podcast. You check her out for the next week for the ladies, and hopefully she'll have time for this Saturday when we have the mixture of the girls and guys. So I appreciate everybody coming through. Also, a special warm shout out to Brittany B. All right, Brittany B is doing great things. She comes on a lot, supporting the Great Pill Podcast. She's always one of the top moderators on some big YouTube content creators. So I appreciate her a lot, and she's always giving up her time. So I appreciate you very, very much.
Yeah,
And go ahead.
Man, Jedi Mike, them waves.
Oh, wow, I wave. You gotta keep it moving.
Look at him. Gotta get it in.
Gotta get it in. Yeah.
All right, fellas. So everybody know the topic is about vetting. So I'm just gonna start and shoot at the hip because that's pretty much what the ladies want. So 2 questions. So how do men vet women? Is there a way that you do it, or way you feel like everybody should be doing it? Like, how do men vet women?
Poorly most of the time, if you want to keep it 100.
Can you repeat that, sir? I don't think the audience heard you.
Yeah.
Poorly most of the time. You see the results they get.
Okay. And what kind of results is that? Is it Chewbacca the Wookiees? Is it looks? Is it personality? Is it?
Well, you want to go there, we can go there.
I think it's usually going to be personality wise. I mean, when you really think about it, like there's a lot of people who get into these relationships and then they're like, oh, like she actually acts like this, and then they don't know. They, like, oh, she may look good, and I think guys go for women who look good. So that's something that you see off the bat. But that personality, they may not just be asking those right questions. And to answer your question about how do men vet, is that how they should vet and how they do vet is totally different things. But how they should vet is they should after you see what they look like, the first thing that you get to see, make sure that she also has some good traits like a good work ethic, and also is she pleasant to be around? I mean, like that's one thing. You may think that she look good and you want to sleep with her, but then after that, she doesn't have any good personality. She doesn't have any good conversation. She's not interested in what the things that you say. She says the things that you do are boring. So you got to think about it like that.
Okay. What about you? What about you, Jedi? Because shots fired. Thank you, Primal. Shots fired.
Yeah. No, 'cause I think the fact that we, as much as as human beings, we might be visual creatures and stuff, but at the same time, obviously, keep going back to that quote from Westworld: "These violent delights will have violent ends." And basically the things that we kind of feel like we lead into temptation for, things that might look aesthetically pleasing, but at the end of it, we all know currently with stories like the most attractive girl sometimes come with the most problems. And whose fault to blame on that? Because we are defined, we as men especially, we're defined by our choices, what we decide to do, who we associate with. But the thing about this is that when it comes with men, us being leaders, we also have to be very wise and be patient on decisions we make, knowing that those decisions can have benefits or consequences. And I can say in our culture, unfortunately, you've seen over a consistent basis that we do kind of make poor choices on both sides on this. Especially like whether our mindset is going in with it, whether going for like long-term relationships or just just going through the motions and stuff like that. But I think then how we vet it, I can agree with Primal and Before the Billions that it is mediocre and honestly, and we need to change it.
Yeah. Also, Angela, let me add this in too. Is that I don't know if you know who G Herbo's baby mama is. Moneybagg Yo's current girlfriend, and
Ari.
yeah, Ari, yeah, and she looked good though. She looked good. Her surgeon hooked her up. I can't lie to you, her surgeon hooked her up. She got the thing back there, but she just one of those, hate to say it, like one of the low value type of people, like just personality wise, like in some of the things that she's posted about and some of the things that she's done, even to G Herbo was like, man, she looked good, but like I can't even keep it going. I can't even keep it straight. Trying to do the thing, trying to do the do because it's just her personality so whack.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so that's another thing. You may think that the looks are the best thing, but that personality does play a part. And then she called the police on him and everything else. Like when somebody called the police on you, CLA always says they are considered an enemy.
Yeah, I can't deny that one. What's your thoughts, Poppy?
I mean, when you start talking to a girl, me, first of all, I got a game plan. You see what I'm saying? Like if I take you out, that means I'm interested in you, which means I'm kind of interviewing you in a way. Because men, we are visual by nature. You see what I'm saying? So we like what we like. So obviously we're gonna go for a pretty face and a nice little booty. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna go for that, and then after that, the step 2 is take her out, sit down with this girl, get to know her. I like to see first of all how she get down with her family. You know what I mean? What kind of relationship she got with her mama, her father, stuff like that. I'm looking to see if this girl is going to kind of like throw her father under the bus or throw her ex-boyfriend under the bus, because that right there should tell you a lot of red flags right there. You see what I'm saying? So, and you gotta, like, when you go out on dates with these women, you betting them, you gotta let them talk, because females love to talk anyway. So I use the 80-20 rules for pretty much everything I do in life, type of stuff. Like, she should be doing 80% of the talk, you should be doing 80% of the listening, and you should be talking only 20%. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's how you know what time it is with it. And while the female is talking a lot, she gonna let you know exactly what it is. Like I wrote it on the chat. Like, I don't ask women what they bring to the table. That's like the dumbest stuff you can ever ask a woman. Because if you ask that question, what do you think she's gonna tell you? She's gonna give you the greatest answer ever. She's gonna make herself sound like she's Superwoman. So you really haven't accomplished nothing. And instead, just look for the behavior. Look how she get out, and her, because when you liking each other, everything is perfect in the beginning. Everything is beautiful in the first 3 days for the majority of the time. The way you smile, the way she smile, or the little jokes that she said, they might be corny as hell, but you still laugh at them because you like this girl, right? And that's how it is, man. And you got to give time in order for you to like really know the real person, because when you know the real girl is when she get mad. That's when she's gonna let you know her true self, bro.
Oh
yeah, no,
that's
no.
facts.
Yeah,
Primal, what's your thoughts real quick, bro? Because I see you heading back.
Yeah, and I'll be back to the hotel in a second here so I can get on my normal setup. But yeah, let me give you the 4 P's to success, everybody. They got to be pretty, petite, polite, and pleasant. If they're not that, let them go. Let them go. Let them go.
Shout out to
But yeah,
you got to be primal too.
You know what? Probably we all can't be perfect, though. That's the safety. If you're primal and perfect, then you're really good. No, but seriously, I think there's an easy one to remember. It's be slow to hire and quick to fire, right? So if you see red flags, next, you're gone, you're done, you're for the streets, right? So you gotta vet it out over time. You be slow to hire but quick to fire, right? So you gotta vet them out over 6 months. You gotta vet them out over a year, because you're not really gonna know that person until you put the time in. And there's a lot of work that comes with that. So that's important. The vetting process done correctly is a lot of work. It'll take time. You will exit a lot of people from your life through that process, because let's go back to the 80-20 rule. Maybe only 20% of the people are actually worth your time. Yeah, write that shit down. Get them notes in. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, just like kind of what Poppy was saying, it's going to take time. You're going to exit a lot of people, and don't be afraid to exit them, because are they really worth your time? No, man. Send them on their way. It's okay.
All right. Well said. Well said. What about you, good old Deuce?
So, I'm a big fan of vetting people. I'll say, like, you got to ask the right questions. You got to ask about hobbies, interests, goals, ambitions, how they rationalize the world around them, the decision-making process, like, how they work through problems, and then how they got to where they are, good or bad. Like, why did this happen? Or, why are you in this situation? Or why did this happen? Because, it really tells you, because everybody, red flag, if everybody be like, it's always somebody else's fault. Or, well, I'm here because my baby father did this, or I'm here because my ex did this, or you know what I'm saying? Like, that means you don't take personal ownership. So that's a red flag. That's a red flag for me. You gotta talk to people that know her too. Like when you go meet her friends and stuff like that, listen, watch how they interact, watch how they talk, because they're gonna have little sidebar conversations, and they're gonna tell little stories and stuff. And you could kind of hear like, okay, that's when you could get like, little things about their past and stuff like that. Especially, girls that take trips together, you know what I'm saying? Because when y'all go out and y'all come back from Miami and y'all came back and one of y'all ain't friends with somebody y'all went to Miami with, I want to talk to that person. Like, why y'all kicked them from the group? Something happened. I want to know. And then back to what Prama was saying, about only like people telling the truth. Like, I've only believed like the only people that tell the truth is 3 people: drunk people, babies, and old people.
Ooh.
Because babies and old people don't care. You know what I'm saying? Children don't know how to lie. They're taught to lie. Old people don't give a crap. Drunk people, a drunk mouth speak a sober mind.
And mad people too, dude. Don't forget to add that one right there. Mad people. And that's when they tell you the truth, boy.
And you can't. Yeah, that's so. What was I about to say? That last part about vetting people. And like, get to know somebody. Like, just because you went on a couple of dates, you ask some questions and people listen. I'm gonna tell you all the best qualities in the world. I'm not gonna tell you I'm not gonna put my bad on Front Street. You're gonna get that when people start getting comfortable. So just be careful, because you don't really know somebody until they're going through some stuff. Like, you could like, for instance, like relationships. Some people don't know who they really dating, who they really been with for years, until they move in together. That's when you really know the person. Yeah. Or you catch them at like a certain certain things happen to them in their life and stuff like that. That's when you know the real person, because that's when the facade comes down. So you can't just be, you can't just want to get to know somebody when everything is good. You have to learn. You have to, you have to be with them through a plethora of situations to get the whole person, total person concept.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That brings me up a question. So what's a good time frame? Because for me, I always tell people it's like Prama said earlier. He mentioned like a job, right? So I tell people it's like a job application. The first 2 months or 3 months is like that lovey-dovey phase. Everybody want to talk and text and be on the phone. Then after that 2-3rd month, everything's starting to get real. Between that 3-month to the 4th month process, everything started getting real, right?
Right.
So what is like, is it like what vetting stages we need to do for that? Because like, clearly in 3 months, I'm not having no chick move in with me, Deuce, and clearly you're not moving in with her in 3 months. So
that's you though, Angelus.
Hey!
These dudes need a house.
Yeah, I can respond to that.
Yeah, go ahead, Jedi.
I think a lot of people, they have their own like this question can be answered subjectively, whatever, because people think, well, I need to see a whole year, 2 or 3 years, whatever, to see somebody. But for some folks, it need to be 6 months. For me, I think for me it's 6 months because at least within the year, for anybody in their lives, there's seasons that we go through, not just in terms of weather, but also in our interpersonal relationships and stuff go on in our career, finances, mentally, physically, whatever might be going on. I think 6 months in a time of a year, I think like that's a good enough vetting time. At least just understand the person, their habits. Cause that's a point when you get to the whole 2 month, 3 month thing. There's things that we might want to do consistently, but then once we have you, or at least we think, okay, we got you. Sometimes we kind of take that for granted, and then we try to overlook other things, and we compromise our principles, especially as men, because we have someone that looks good, whatever. And that's why I kind of encourage men that no woman, regardless how good she looks, should be above your principles nor compromise them. Now, now it also depends on what those principles are. In terms of what things that you value, right? And to me, I think that those simple things that keep you on your center, keep on your frame, and more importantly, as a man, keep on your purpose. If that woman is compromising that for you, like I'm gonna give a buck. There's some desperate ass dudes out there. Like we talk about this in the back end, just do some crazy stuff. Even people that have met on
Facts.
in person, and then it's like, oh no, just because she's pretty, I got it. I'm like, and I can say this for me being the youngest person on this panel. I'm 23 years old. I can tell you this is like on a consistent basis we might see that type of behavior that men will compromise for things just for the fact of, oh well, she's here, so I'm balling, right? No, right? Because it's like once she's like either taking your time, taking away your money, and all this stuff. And for what? Am my mic choppy?
Yeah, just a little bit of static.
Is it better now?
Say something now.
Is it better now?
No, it's like a little feed.
Give me 1 sec, y'all.
Okay.
My apologies.
Oh no, you're fine, bro. I think Prime was good.
Hey, sorry about that. I was just getting back to the hotel. Appreciate it. So I missed the last couple minutes of it, but I guess what's up on the docket now?
Oh, well, we're pretty much moving toward so Deuce gave a good point about the vetting stages, right? And I was pretty much chiming in on because we said that we're not going to have nobody move in our house or we move in with them. But so what happens after the 3-month or 6-month period? Because the first 3 months, everybody tried that lovey-dovey thing. You know what I'm saying? The little high phases. And Deuce had made a comment about, pretty much people going to tell the truth. That's like babies, drunk people, or crazy mad people, or dogs and animals. They're the ones who pretty much get their full intentions out from the rip. But unfortunately, other people don't. So what tactics can we use besides just bringing around friends? Because we know the first few dates, we're not bringing them around friends. We're not bringing around family. Not necessarily.
You got to take your time. It's going to take, I would say, don't ever have anybody move in with you in under a year. A year is the absolute minimum. You should consider letting somebody live with you or move in together. That's the absolute minimum. 1 year. At about, if you've been dating somebody, let's say 3-4 months, take a trip with them. That's a really good vetting process, is go on a trip with somebody, because anytime you go on a trip, there's always going to be little problems, if not big problems. A tire is going to go out. A plane is going to miss. There's going to be something wrong with the hotel room. There's going to be little problems, right? And you can see that person's reactions to these little problems or maybe big problems, right? If they handle the little problems well or the big problems well, then they're probably worth somebody, hey, let's keep it going. Let's keep it pushing. If they really handle the little problems poorly, then you're like, is this what I want to deal with my life? Because you want people that are easy to be around and bring something into your life of value, right? That goes for friends, that goes for family, that goes for relationships. If they're not easy to be around and adding value to your life, why are they there? So take a trip with them. You will run into some snags. You'll have fun, but you'll run into some snags too. So that's your 3 to 6 month mark. After the 6 month mark, bring them around your friends, bring them around your family, see what they have to say. As you get close to that year, consider having them move in together. But don't move in before that first year, because you won't even really know them up until that first year, just for a timeline, kind of generally speaking.
That's fair.
Yeah.
My thing also, I would say this. I would say pretty much what Poppy said, I took a note here. Everyday habits and behaviors. That's for me. Also, the tough questions. You know what I'm saying? I think the tough questions wouldn't be necessarily date 1, 2, and 3. It's just everybody just trying to get comfortable around each other. But for the fellas, I say watch for those behaviors, those type of social cues. I would give one for example. I don't care if it's a business relationship. If we're having a conversation and you're on your phone, that's a bad. Yeah, that's a pet peeve for me. If we on a dinner date, out and about, and it's our time, I'm putting my time with you. If you're on your phone, yeah, that's a turn off. You cannot sit there and make excuses like some grandma calling something like that. But like,
I do one better.
Sure.
They prefer, please text me, don't call me. I don't care any woman like say that. If they say, oh, I'm more of a texter than a caller. I'm not doing this whole we're having 4-hour conversations through text and stuff. No, you pick up the damn phone, you call me, right? And especially if I'm busy, got stuff I have to do. I'm gonna keep it a buck because like the fact that it's saying, well, I mean, I'm more of a texter and all that. No, I text to set up conversations like, hey, I'm gonna meet you here. I'm on my way. XYZ for short term. Long term conversation, either we FaceTime because the benefits of modern day technology, but we also have you can call somebody because texting can get very misconstrued. But more importantly, when you have that sense of human interaction with each other, you're able to like get past all the BS of the emojis, all the stuff that's faceless, and more importantly, superficial. Right? That's the thing that I see, and I'm more coming from my younger perspective on this, like this, because like on a consistent basis, you might see like, oh well, let's just FaceTime, whatever, or let me just text you at night, whatever, and then like we haven't really called, haven't asked the more difficult questions, but then to a point when those questions are like are actually good and actually give the individual actually question to give them an answer, then it's like they're thinking like, well, this seems too serious for me. So some of them might get scared of that because they're like they probably never expect this type of energy before. But for you as a man, you come in correctly, and you can't have that be compromised.
Yeah, Jedi, check the connection on your mic.
Yeah, this try plugging out and plugging back in. But you was hitting some gems on that one because me and you both is pretty much in the huge age gap, and I say the same thing. Like, I hate texting a long conversation. Like, I get it, you at work, so take the time out for break and lunch and text. Men do it all the time. If we on a 9 to 5 type thing, we would take the time out to like, hey, let's get a phone call. Well, most men I know. I can't speak for all the other the suckers out there, but I'll actually take the time out. Hey, if you're on work or break, I'll get a text in or two. But because I heard one lady, she said this. She said, hey, it better not be a day without him even trying to communicate with me, and I'm fine with that.
Oh my god,
I'm fine with that. That's something I'm fine with. I could get home. I don't mind getting a phone call, but it shouldn't be a necessity, like mandatory 24-hour call you. That's the issue. But yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah,
there.
I'm the complete opposite though. Like from 7 in the morning to like 6, 7 in the afternoon, just text me. Don't call me, man. I'm busy. I'm moving around, stuff like this. Now after 7 o'clock, you can call me because at that point, I most likely will be free.
Better.
Hold on, say something again today.
I think you do. I think you do, Sandra. So yes, just text me during the day. At nighttime, you're more than welcome to call me. Also, that kind of when a girl texts you like a text you regular, that kind of lets you know that she's interested. You see what I'm saying? You want to see, that's important for a man because you don't want to be the one forcing. You don't want to be forcing yourself into a woman like you trying to buy these women out and stuff like that, because that's how a lot of you suckers out there get gagged, because a female can see a sucker coming a mile away. She can see you coming. She can see you coming when you be like, hey, babe, when I'm going to see you? When I'm going to see you? I want to take you out. Oh, okay. Oh, guess what? You want to be my foodie day kind of guy. Cool. Let's go. Let's go to Maestro real quick. I'm going to get you for a day. You see what I'm saying? And just take your time, bro. Just take your time. Get to know these women. If she really like you, she ain't going nowhere. And don't be so goddamn thirsty, man. Because if you know how to play your cards right, she will be throwing you. She will be throwing you that box in no time soon, bro. So just take your time. That's all I can tell you.
Facts. Hold on. Go ahead.
Drink some water, my friends. Stay hydrated.
Yeah, Poppy, man, when you tell that story, I relate so much. That was me when I was younger.
It's me.
And nobody taught me.
Call me out, Poppy.
Nobody taught me how to vet, man. I found this girl. She was so fine, man. I was like, ooh. I sent her a DM talking about something. Let me just take you out right quick.
Yeah.
And then she didn't really respond like, please.
Baby, please. Baby, please.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. My God. Ooh, ooh,
Maybe just like maybe this Korean barbecue, maybe Red Lobster. I like the biscuits. Like, come on, like.
You know what's funny?
A lot of
I had that same thing, Poppy, where I was taking chicks on dates like every other week, but I had no results. And then I looked, and it was crazy. Yo, I swear, another thing I love. I had a woman had to tell me. It took a woman to tell me about another woman. She said in the next 10 seconds, just on looks alone, a woman would know if she want to sleep with you or not. A real woman would know if she gonna want to come out of her pockets or not. So she said, my advice to you is if you go on these chicks on dates, if you want to pay for the first meal and date, that's fine. But it wouldn't hurt like a second, third date. Like just say, hey, do you want to go Dutch? I pay this time, you didn't pay that time. That's not a problem. So ever since then, I held that in my brain and ran with it. I did, Primal. I did.
You gotta be.
No, I was just making that face. Somebody was really aggressive with that water bottle. It's like, man, like turn your mic off if you're gonna slam the water bottle in front of the mic. Jesus Christ.
Look at him.
Yo, when you're dealing with these women, bro, you gotta, as a man, you gotta learn how to create leverage for yourself. Because like a women look at a man like you just nowadays, like you just nothing but a walking wallet. You see what I'm saying? That's how most women look at us nowadays. You just a walking wallet with a big old penis. That's it. Hopefully, eventually. Some of us got blessed. I don't know about y'all guys out there. That's a different story right there. So you just gotta learn.
You ain't got a big wallet. You ain't got it. Hold on.
What they get?
Like as a man, you gotta know how to create leverage for yourself and kind of make these girls kind of like be worth your time, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta like know your value in the way. You know what I mean? It just don't, like I said earlier, man. Don't be thirsty, bro. Because a woman told me this. The men that lose the less interested, that's the one that the women want to be with. If you out there trying to be the super gentleman, don't get me wrong, you got to treat these women right. I'm not saying just treat them wrong. But you over there being thirsty, doing the extra stuff, women look at that as a sign of loneliness. You know that, right? When you're calling a woman 70 times a day, texting her 45 times per day, talk about what you're doing for the 5th time in a 2-hour span. Women look at that as a sign of loneliness. You thirsty, and they want to disqualify you because she thinks like, well, no, he on top of me like that because nobody wants him. So why would I want him?
Oh, but Poppy, we had a woman tell us that women like attention. Women want the men to tell them like we love.
Yeah, they like good morning, good night text. They're the ones saying that.
You should be busy. You should be doing shit where you don't have all day to talk to them. They don't want a dude that has all effing day to talk to them, right? You should be out living your life, doing your business, going to the gym, whatever it is you need to do. And yeah, you pay attention to them. But if you're 24/7 texting them, they're going to be like, well, this guy's a joke. He has all this time. Like, he's not worth anything. All he does is text me all day. Like, that's not what they want.
It's the chase. It's the chase. You know, you can't make them a priority. You know, you got to make them an option. Because a man that has that much time and you're focused on her, you're not focused on what you're supposed to be doing. If I think most men, I don't even have to know you personally, but I can tell you, look at the time in your life where you focused on yourself and a woman wasn't the priority, and that's when women come out of the woodwork because they are like it's not intentional, it's not malicious, but they want to throw you off your game. They want to be like, oh well, you know, he's doing this. Let me see if I can get some time. You know what I'm saying? And when you can't just drop everything you're doing and go, you know, pay attention to her. Like, hey, I'm gonna call you after the gym. Hey, I'm gonna call you after work. Hey, I'm gonna call you after I finish, you know, I gotta write a paper or something. Like, you can't never be like her, because that's your leverage. What Poppy was talking about. Your leverage is your time. and it's the thrill of the chase. So now once she has all your time and has all your attention, the chase is done. Now it's on to somebody else because she already got what she wanted.
You all ever interact with cats?
Oh snap! Not the cat. Go ahead.
I hate cats.
I'll give you a cat
Hate
analogy. If you ever interact with cats, if you go to somebody's house and they have a cat, or if you have a kid, you ever see a little kid with a cat? What do they do to the cat?
They chase them around, and the cat trying to get away.
They
grab it,
chase the cat around, and
right? And what happens? The cat runs away. And when I walk in after my kid who's chasing the cat, and I say hi to the cat, but I don't make a big deal out of the cat. And I go sit down in my chair and I get my drink and I sit there and I read a book or I'm flipping through the channels. What does the cat do? Cat comes over and sits on my lap.
Yeah, you get on a Zoom call.
Women
and then
are
all
a
of a
lot
sudden,
like cats. You should acknowledge that they're there, but don't spend all your day chasing them because you're going to chase them away.
Now I have a question. Now this is a video for dudes. What will you say when we hear women complain that men don't listen, right? And they're telling you, "Oh, I want this," and you give it to them, and then they like, "Oh, I don't feel like these things are working out," but yet you're doing everything the woman told you to do, right? So and that's what I'm saying. A lot of dudes get
You got a bottom line. You got a
That's
bottom
what,
line.
I'm posing that question because
Yeah.
I'm posing that question because a lot of guys think, well, okay, well, you hear the problem, just do the opposite, do the solution, do what she told you. Like, hey, she liked the morning text, give it to her, right? She's like, hey, text me like when you after class. All right, you do that. So what's the problem? And now like she doesn't want you anymore, and then they're like, and this leaves guys confused. And this is why I'm posing that question to you guys. Like,
People don't know what they want. A lot of women don't know what they want. Like, if you are a masculine man who's in your frame and doing your thing and moving about your way, you just keep being who you are. Like, if they could say, hey, I'd like it if you text me in the morning. Okay, maybe text her in the morning or whatever, but don't overdo it because you're just going to drive them right away. You got to bottom line people's actions and their reactions to your actions, right? So if she said, hey, I'd really like it if you text me in the morning, and you start texting her in the morning all the time, and then she starts responding less and less, you're kind of like, oh, well, you told me this, but your actual reaction to what I'm doing is negative. You got to bottom line the reaction or the actions. People say all sorts of things.
I agree with that because I agree with
vetting.
that because that's part of it because it's like you have to watch for those too. Like, but it's hard. That one I think kind of tricky for a lot of guys because
it is right.
We'll go because I'm that guy too. I'll literally have a woman tell me A, B, C, D, period. And then I go by and do that. And then, like you just said yourself, it'll be less. Then it becomes demasculating the man, demasculating, punking. Then it becomes like, I hear somebody like Poppy go, that's simp ass. That's simp ass. That's simp ass. Why you keep calling her? Why you always calling her? Because she said she wanted attention. That's what she wanted. She said she wanted this. That's what she wanted. Did you give it to her? Yeah. How'd you give it to her? Exactly how she said. You stupid.
If a woman has to tell you how to be a man, you've already lost.
Oh,
yeah.
What is Lex Luthor looking at?
Got him.
Man,
like you might as well just pack up.
Yo,
and go start
give him the solo cam.
You might as well just pack up and go start a new game. You know, you've lost that game. If a woman has to tell you how to be a man, then just give up. Just give up and go find another one. You're done.
Including your mom.
Yo, Jada, I'm about to give you some free game, bro. I should charge you for this, bro.
Jada? No, hell no.
Jada, nigga. I'm about to give you some free game, bro.
He said, put respect on his name, sir.
Women, it's in their DNA to complain, bro. So that's nothing new. You gotta, when you will talk to a woman, bro, you gotta put it in your brain, insert it in your brain that she will complain no matter what. That's how they build, man. That's how they build. They will complain. If you give them too much sex, they will complain about it. If you give them no sex, they will complain about that. Let me tell you something how women operate, bro. Especially when you bet them. If they asking you to do stuff, do the complete opposite. Okay? If she wants you to open the door, do not open the door. Okay? That's the simple it is, bro. Because they just trying you.
Wait,
They
Poppy,
just
hold on,
trying
hold
you to. They just want to run you. That's all. They want to see how much they can get away with it. That's the only thing they're trying to say.
Open the door because you want to open the door and you want to be a gentleman, not because she told you or didn't tell you to do so. I open the door because that's what I do. If you don't like
Yes,
it,
Primal, but it's like this, bro. If she tells you,
Yeah.
if she tells you, Primal,
Yeah.
she wants to kind of see how much she can get away with, how much she pushing the envelope. She trying to push the line to see how much she can run you. A female told me this before.
That doesn't work.
No,
That
but that's
doesn't
the thing.
work,
That's
right?
the like. Unfortunately, that's the shit test. Like women will try so hard to get you off your square, but they don't want you to get off your square, right? And now whether they want to do it intentionally or subconsciously, that every woman has that. Now, some have it in a very manipulative way, some have it very strategic. But the part when I was coming from with that question I gave to you was not even little stuff that because this is the whole thing about chivalry. Chivalry isn't dead; just women just killed it. That's not what we're talking about. Now, or at least what I'm talking about. The point is that what Angelus was talking about. When you have bit by bit, when you always hear women complaining, all these things are like, "Well, my last man, he just wanted this from me, whatever." So, all right, you do the opposite. But to the point of where I'm like, okay, so you're just lying to me, so you want me to do the exact opposite. So way that you feel like, okay, now I can be with somebody. This is what confuses a lot of dudes. So that's what when Primal was talking about that is that you're already doomed from the start because you just compromise yourself from just kind of giving her the keys to the car, but yeah, she don't have no damn license. Like nor that's the thing.
There's a lot of women without
But
license.
the way you do it, bro. Yo, the way you do it, the way I do my stuff is, let's say I met a girl last week, right? And I'm interested in her, right? So I want to take her out. Yo, from the get-go, you gotta be the one in charge. Well, it's in my nature to kind of like be the leader, like to talk I go where I want to go. I don't go where she want to go. No, bro, you are the point guard, bro. You are the quarterback. You need to quarterback whatever you want to go. Don't just be asking her, hey, baby, where you want to go? Because she's gonna tell you. Listen, it's gonna go two ways. If she don't care about you, she's gonna take you to the clearance, bro. You're gonna take her to City Hall, which is like $300 a play, because she's seen that on the ground in school. And if she like you, she'd be like, if she really like you, the answer should be like, baby, we can go whatever you want. I just want to be around you. Oh, okay, no problem.
Anywhere Outback Steakhouse is mentioned?
Oh
no, that's what I'm going. Like the way I do it, bro. Look, the way I do it. For example, let's say tonight, the game's about to play Golden State and Dallas, right? I want to go to the bar. Let's say I want to go to Applebee's for drinks at the bar, right? I just call me the girl that I'm talking to. I'm like, hey, baby, man, I want to go have some drinks over there and watch the game at the same time. I would like to see your pretty ass go have a drink with me real quick. You see what I'm saying? It's that simple. I'm taking her where I want to go. I'm determined that I'm signing on that contract. I'm going where I want to go. I'm not letting her decide where she want to go. That comes down the road when me and her are serious a little bit. But especially when you pay, you go where you want to go. You determine where you want to go.
All right, I got a question here, and everybody in the chat, especially ladies, because it seemed like everybody got a lot of conversations. So I saved a lot of them, right? So where is it? Okay. Shout out to Robin. I guess Robin was trying to make a point with something earlier. She said, here's the thing. If you're wondering, I guess it's part of the vetting part for her. Here's the thing. If you're wondering if a woman's only with you for money, well, if only no personality, sense of humor, achievement, sexuality, then yes, with you. Then yes, she's with you. And then I think Vaughn had a question here. Vaughn said, question, are you vetting these women for marriage or just to smash them?
Good question.
Yeah, usually you want to vet them for marriage. I mean, if you just want to smash them, I guess vetting is like, to see if you have an STD or not. So I guess that's vetting for sex. But yeah, all this other stuff is for marriage.
Okay.
And I also want to be very clear too, because you also be careful with that question, because for me, I mean, some of you guys know this, whatever. With me, I'm more traditional. I'm not trying to just screw around and shit, but that whole point of saying women to marry, also you gotta be very transparent, especially men who are young. A lot of women are not in the mindset of marrying somebody, especially in their 20s, early 20s, right? And I understand we want to get that misconception where you can find somebody, but unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. Because like it just because unfortunately, we just lack a lot of maturity, and we feel like we're immortal in this age, right? Until like we might reach the age of maybe 28 or 30, and then also we try to look back and realize, okay, well, all the time that I wasted, here I am, where I'm going to the wedding, I'm being the groomsman, or I'm being the bridemaid, but never the bride, never the groom. So it's just like I think you gotta be very mindful, be realistic about the whole marrying part. You gotta realize the environment that you're in.
Okay. What about you, Deuce? And then I'm gonna chime in on another question.
Yeah, dude, she was going in the chat, man. I was like, they
hit them likes.
They keep dropping out of school and going in.
hit them likes, please. I appreciate you. Subscribe if you new. Subscribe.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
You're muted, man.
I got him. No, you're muted, bro. Unmute yourself.
My bad, yo. Yeah, I'm Deuce tonight, man. I'm on the toxic in the comments.
You sound Ultima. You got me messed. Red flag.
Red flag. Oh, damn. What was the one I was?
The question is, are we vetting these women for marriage or to smash? If so, like, is there a difference?
Both. Like, you don't meet somebody. Like very, very rarely, it's very rare when you meet somebody and you say, I'm gonna marry that person, right? Yeah. Like when you know. Any other time, it's like you just want their time. Any other time, you just want to spend some time with them, or it might be like a temporary convenience kind of thing. But like nobody's like, oh, you're not dating for marriage to every person that you go on a date with. You're not vetting for marriage, and that's a red flag for me. Yes. When women do that and was like, oh, I don't have time to waste because I'm this age and I'm trying to get married and blah blah blah. Okay, now you're already putting me under pressure. Pressure equals red flag.
Done. Okay. What about you, Primal? And then I'll move to the next question.
You really want to know that one?
Sure,
yes, sir. Please.
I'm just the fun. I'm the party bus. That's what this is, man. If you're just having fun. The amount of vetting is, like Billion said, don't catch anything, don't get the gift that keeps on giving, right? And here's what I will say is just be upfront with that with people, right? So, hey, I'm not looking for anything serious. Okay, cool, great. If you are looking for something a little bit more serious, then that's when you vet. If that's whether you want to, have a long-term relationship, you want to live with somebody, you want to get married someday. Those are the kind of things. But vetting for just like funsies, don't waste your time.
Okay. Go to the next question here. Then we'll get to you. Then we'll move around. All right. One question. The next question was, what about drama and gossip? I use that to vet. Always in some drama, you're usually the cause. So this is a woman saying this.
If I may.
Sure, Jedi.
The vetting, also knowing the people that she associated with. Listen, I'm telling you, girl. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot believe how many of your girlfriends, women, are keeping you in trouble, right? Because the fact that when all the gossiping and everything going, it's a spirit. But the thing about it is that when you're watching just some of the conversations that they're having, it's just like I talked to Mandrell about this. I can't be with someone that really can't hold a conversation just talking about some dumb stuff. You know how the whole thing, like, small-minded people talk about other people. Smart people talk about events, and wise people talk about ideas. I think very like the small-minded people are really just talking about other things and not really anything going on in life. And I listen to a women's conversation when they're talking, about some dumb stuff, whatever, and then how they kind of blow the small things out of proportion. But also, when you realize the things that you might share with her, she go telling that to her girlfriends. That's a red flag, right? And the thing is, like, and when you try to have a conversation with her girlfriends about this, and you like realize they know XYZ, I'm like, how you know this? Because she told me. Nope, no, red flag.
Okay. Was it originally Primal for the other question?
Say that one more time. Put it back up there.
Sure. trying to find it. Where is it?
But while you're doing that, you know what? I do have a cautionary tale of people because I hear this story over and over again. And it's kind of like the catfishing or whatever type thing. We're talking about vetting people and getting to know them. I know some people are open to the idea of like starting up a long distance relationship and doing that thing. And I'm just going to give you some information here. If you're going to do that, I highly discourage it. But if you are going to do that, you got to meet that person sooner rather than later. Because if you go on this 3 months, 6 months, whatever, like talking to somebody and getting to know them over the internet, anybody could be anybody over the internet, right? And if you get to the thing where you start sending people money or you're doing them favors or things like that, and you haven't even met them in person yet, I would hit the pause button on that, everybody, because that can go really sideways for you. So I keep hearing that I'll talk to dudes and they're like, yeah, I was talking to this girl for like 3 months and I sent her a birthday present and I got her this and that and she hit me up for money. And then you're like, have you even met this person yet? So in the age of the internet, I'm just putting it out there. I've heard that story several times recently. Don't be that person. Like if you're going to have people from the internet interact in your life, get to meet them in person sooner rather than later. But yeah.
Well said, sir. I found a question here from one of the guys, Billions, and we'll go around. So with this being the topic, on a scale 1 to 10, what are the men on the panel's vetting skills? Well, Poppy already gave 1, but if you want to add up to that, that's cool. So what are our vetting skills?
I think they're just saying rating our own vetting skills, and I'll rate mine probably like on that 1. Average at best.
Nah, Billion, nah.
I'll probably be like
Actually, one
emotional damage.
Are you an adjustable 6 in the vetting, Billions? You're an adjustable 6.
You called it on my show.
You on your
I'm
phone?
gonna make an example out of you.
You on your phone?
But hey,
don't overtalk me.
Hey, I'll make you famous.
But no, man, yeah, my vetting skills, man. My vetting skills are horrible, man. I mean, now that I'm a little older, but I'm not in the dating market, so it's kind of like,
oh, you good? Yeah.
Yeah, like and then my girlfriend chose me, so it's kind of like, okay, I ain't,
There you go, you winning. Okay.
And then I see probably
as long as she signs that prenup, bro. As long as she signs that prenup,
probably. Oh, but put it in the chat. She doesn't sign the prenup. Red flag.
Oh Lord. So what about what about you, Deuce?
I give my vetting skills a good 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. And usually them 2 out of 10 times is usually like a very extreme, like a very extreme, like, okay, this person played the long game, or I might have really liked this person, and then like their good outweighed their bad, so I ignored certain red flags. But I'm selfish by nature, so the second that you cross the line, sometimes, like my personal line, I send you back to the streets immediately.
Okay. All right. Hey, there's like over 20-some people in here. Y'all mind getting them likes up? You know what I'm saying? It's free. I promise you. I promise
you guys
it's
give
free.
me up to 25 likes.
There you go. Thank you.
Please. Thank you.
Look at it. Look at it.
25 likes. Thank you.
Look at it. Look at it.
Please,
all right,
please.
what
25
about
likes so my man can start dancing.
All right, but I'll throw myself on the bus real quick since some of my face is already in here. Again, hit the subscribe button, likes, all that good stuff. I would say they're fair. I'm that average guy. I'm gonna say 5. I am adjustable 6 because I am dating. I am seeing somebody. It's just like it's either you damn if you do. So you got to have them attention. So yeah, that's pretty much my essence of that one. I really don't got no context toward it. Nobody's perfect. What about you?
Andres,
Sure.
Andres, can you put me up on the big screen real quick?
Sure.
Yeah, please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Billions. I appreciate you, man.
No problem, man.
Hey, what about you, Poppy? What's your scale of 1 to 10? What's your vetting?
Would be like around 8.7s, around 9, cracking the 9. The older you get, the wiser you get, the better that you get. My friends call me the sniper. I'm a sniper because I don't miss too many shots. Because you gotta you got to, like I said earlier, you got to know how to create that leverage, bro. And you got to.
So you're
It's
saying
like
that
you got to have.
So you're saying that you're like Primal. You're in a party bus. You're not vetting for marriage. You're vetting to smash. Okay.
Yeah, like me and Primal can identify a whole lot of stuff when it comes to that because I don't want to speak for Primal, but I'm gonna assume that he said like he know which women he want to get to know and he know which one's gonna be a pump and down kind of activity. You see what I'm saying? You got to pick and choose. And even I'm not perfect. You see what I'm saying? Even sometimes I strike out every now and then, but I usually when I take a girl out, I'm pretty much know I'm going for the kill. You know what I mean? I already know this girl got enough interest in me. I'm gonna sit her down, wind her down. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna go out, whatever the activity might be. And it just like I want more men to be better at having self-awareness. Know that this girl is interested for you, kind of thing. You see what? Don't be doing the extra, man. Don't be emotional around these women either. Women don't like that type of stuff, bro. Don't be telling these women all your secrets. That's kind of weird.
Okay, that's fair. Billions, you have a little story to tell us?
Man, let me tell you this real quick. Let me tell you why my vetting skills is like a 1. I went out on a date with this girl, and I was like, okay, I ain't got no other options. So we went ahead on this date, man. And
tell him the truth.
When I tell you, man, she came with that thing high. She came.
He said, "I don't got no other option."
Let the man tell the story. You're about to beat you.
She came in that thing. She was high as a mug, bro. I was like, God dang, what is going on? She eating all sloppy and stuff. I was like, all right, cool. And then she had ate the whole meal. Then she asked for dessert. I was like, all right, cool. You want dessert? Okay. And then got a dessert. And then what made it so bad is that what they say, oh, they'll never let them order food afterwards for like later because they're gonna give it to another dude. I was like, God dang. Man, you know what? And I didn't even know she was high until she told me. And you know what? She even told me like, oh, you know what? She said something like about her like she don't have a car. She didn't have a lot of stuff, man. I was like, dang, she was down bad. And I was like, okay.
Drop her off to her boyfriend, did she?
So you had the full date, like the whole full dinner date with her?
Full dinner date.
You picked her up or she met you there?
I picked her up. She didn't have a car.
Billions. How much did you drop, dude? I just gotta ask.
It wasn't much because I was broke back then.
What's the number?
Man,
was it $100?
80.
No, it wasn't that much. I ain't even had $100. Yeah.
How old were you?
Man, I was younger than you. I was 20. I was like 20 or 21 or something like that.
That makes sense.
So I ain't had no $100. I had got that money from my mama. My mama didn't give me that much.
Hey, yo, can I say this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Listen, man. I always say this, man. Every woman got a roster, bro, in 2022, bro. It's 2022. All this, if you think you special, you dead wrong, brother. These women gonna have 4 or 5 guys on their goddamn phone that they can call and get what they want, bro. The better she looks, the more guys she got at her disposal, bro. So even if she ugly, she gonna have at least 3 guys at the bare minimum because guys are thirsty like that. They desperate, they're thirsty, they do anything for that boss, yo.
The devil's a liar, Mika.
So look, listen, these women got on their phone the 40-day guy. She got the guy on her phone that she called her bestie. That's the simple ass guy that listened to her story about the other guys and stuff like that. You don't want to be the 40 guy, the 40-day, or the bestie, bro, or the best friend. You don't want to be those guys because you will never score, bro. So like I say, man, start listening to these women. Don't be pandering to these women because that's not gonna get you the box. If that's what you want, that's not gonna get you nowhere, bro. She's gonna look at you like a sister or something like that.
All right, let me. I'm gonna move into another conversation, but it is funny.
Hey, Billions, you only went out with her once, though, right?
It was only once, but
All
it
right,
still was like
man, that happens. You vetted her, right? You vetted her in person, and she was out.
No, wait, no. You mistake. The thing is that I still wanted to go out on another date. It was that.
Oh no, I'm out.
It was that she said no. Is that she
You're
said
you're a better human being than I am, bro. I swear to God.
What she do? She rub your kneecap in a special
Did she
way?
have that voodoo? Did she have that voodoo?
No,
key,
man,
or what
I
happened,
was,
bro?
No, I was young and dumb, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like that was like I'm being honest when I tell you this story. Like now, it's so many years after. Like I just, you know, it doesn't really matter to me too much. So like I don't mind telling this story, but that's just where I was back then. It might help somebody out, you know, to not follow that mistake.
Did you? So if you went on a first date again and you identified her as being high, would you just kind of like turn around and peace out?
Oh yeah, because like that's disrespectful at that point, you know.
Yeah,
like now I'm like, oh no, I don't care. You know, I done went through the whole red pill rage and everything, so I'm all right now.
Yo, Vince got the best stories ever, yo. Yeah, that's why I like this guy, man. Because he don't mind disrespect. Like he kind of like marries himself in a way.
No, he's not, because I lived that life too. Like some of the stuff Billions tell. Like I say some random stories. It's like I know where people like you simp ass.
And listen, right, and I want everybody like who's watching, especially the women, like to appreciate what's happening here. Like you having men being transparent, and then we all going through. Either we're currently going through it, we have gone through it, or if you have older brothers, children, whatever, they're going to go through it. And I think women have to sit back and watch these stories, and you can sit back and laugh how stupid we are, but this is just trials as men we go through. Is that that these strong times, these times of us being stupid, even the burning hole in our wallets that we have done, making some dumbass mistakes, is like it forges us in our character to be stronger. So I just want to say I appreciate everyone on the panel at least just being transparent. But
yeah, you're good, man. And I want to address something. So Robin says something pretty much good, and we're chiming on the vetting the friends too, because I think that's pretty much where it goes on that one. Robin's okay. Deuce just popped back. Robin said, "There's nothing wrong with casually dating. You don't put your eggs in one basket." Guys, I'm doing that too. Yes, there are some guys doing that too, but I think it comes back to what Poppy said, right? If you're a very attractive woman, shout out to Robin and Minka, and you have multiple guys hitting your DMs all the time, you're gonna have less guys like us. They're not gonna pay us no attention. And let's say I'll compare me and the Department, right? His lifestyle might be different than mine. His lifestyle, his DMs, Instagram, or just how he carry himself might be more attractive or bait worthy. You know what I'm saying? So women gonna look at him more than they do me. So he got a little bit more options. Say, hey, I can get to the. It might reach out to him like they did Billions. Ask for his number. Hit him up in the DMs. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Because women try to do that too when guys not paying them any attention, right? Again, shout out to Poppy because that's what he said. Now you got the women who all in their DMs got them thought pictures, them ankle booty pictures. Women that's been in the articles that Lily on their grandfather's funeral with the thought picture posing over their grandfather's casket, and then over the headline saying, hey, what a wonderful, beautiful day. I hope everybody is blessed. And then next thing you know, guys is constantly in the DMs. Hey, girl, you fine. Hey, girl, you fine. Oh. God bless you. God bless you. Bruh. Hundreds and hundreds of dates.
Bruh. Got stories.
Yeah, you're not going to tell me you're not. And then it comes back to pretty privilege, because I don't want to beat that with a dead horse, because we're talking about vetting. But a woman who's attractive or get compliments every day on a daily basis, you should know somebody's going to be in your DMs constantly. Especially the women who take the time out posting consistently beauty pictures, Thoughtsagrams, all up in their Instagram, Facebooks, any kind of social media. If you go that much far out the way, You're asking for the attention you're going to get, and once you get that attention, you're not going to tell me you're going to sit there and say no to a guy. If you do say no, you're not going to say, "Hey, no guy never hit you up." Deuce.
Yeah.
You see, like you see what just happened. One second. You see what just happened with what's her name, Robin, my hunger. She explained everything I just said, bro. She's letting you know she got plenty of guys in her phone. That's how it is, bro. These women, they do the same thing at this big. So fellas, you better know how to spend your money real wisely, man.
Yes,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Deuce, your thoughts?
Second world internet. What happened? My thoughts on what?
Oh, this anything just what we're just chopping a bit, but we can jump into the vetting of friends and family.
Sounds good to me.
That sounds good to me.
All right, sure. So, what's your thoughts on vetting friends and family?
You know, the goal of, you know, like Prominent have had this conversation. We share similar views on this. I believe in, you know, you got to curate the people in your life. You know, like people have to bring value to your life. So whether it's relationships, whether any relationship, whether it's, you know, relationships with the opposite sex, whether it's your friends, whether it's, you know, associates, people that you have in your space that you give energy to and you draw energy from, you have to curate those people. You know, you have to vet those people. So you don't want, like me, I don't like negative people. I don't like, don't get me wrong. I'm not that I don't like them, because I can like you. You can have your personal things, but I'm not going to spend every day with you. You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of got to be on the same wavelength for me to spend an extended period of time with you. You know, like going out for drinks once in a blue. Us, my friend, we grew up together. We just took different like routes in life. That's perfectly fine. I'm not hanging out with you every single day. But the people that, you know, they say, show me your 5 best friends, and they'll tell me who you are.
Ooh,
I believe in that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
now, all right. Now, what about me? Because, like, you know, right after high school, because you're not gonna keep all your high school friends. So all of my friends is pretty much scattered all the globe. Like when I'm dating, that's the first thing I tell them, because me living the state I am, I either have to take road trips to hang out with them, or we meet across each other like that, or you know, like that. So how would that vetting process go? Like if I just say like, yo, all my homeboys just scatter the globe. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
yeah.
You maintain relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a relationship worth maintaining. Like, you know, I live in Europe. My best friend lives in Japan. He was living in Japan when he asked me to be the godfather of his daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, so distance is really kind of no excuse when it comes to like friendships, in my opinion, because I have friends all over the world that check on me constantly. You check on me constantly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we've never been like co-located in the same state. So, you know, that's what that is no excuse for, you know, distance is really no excuse for like real friendships to fall off. But don't get me wrong, if it's a friendship that brings value to your life every single day. Now people get busy. They're not saying people get busy, people kind of fall off and stuff like that, but y'all could always get that back. But the vetting is that person, what do you walk away from conversations and interactions with that person a better person, or are you drawing and are you taking in all that negativity, right? Where people have like negative stuff going on in their life, people like drama, you know what I'm saying, and the gossiping and stuff like that. Like if my friends, if we're not talking about like we talk about everything from relationships, we talk about money, we talk about finance, we talk about 401ks, IRAs, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm always drawing something, it's always feeding my brain, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm with my friends. And that's how I curate my friendship and my relationships.
Okay. What about you, Jedi?
Yeah. No, man, you spoken a lot of wisdom on that. I think also too, a lot of your friends are lying to you. Like there's a lot of people don't realize, a lot of girlfriends that you have, like they're lying to you. Like the people you should have in your inner circle are the ones that should be not pulling punches when they need to tell you the truth. And even sometimes when they piss you off by telling you the truth, because they're gonna be honest with you. Like, you know, I think that a lot of people, they just keep around folks in their comfort zone, and to them it's like, when I'm vetting people, I'm seeing how the conversation that she had with her friends, and how what she tells her friends when they're not around. Like for example, like there's like one girl I talked to, like every time we would hang out, she always complained like, oh yeah, well, Trina, yeah, she just she's just dealing issues with her boyfriend on the phone with her XYZ. She's just horrible. Bad choices of men and stuff. And then when we see Trina in public, she's like, "Hey Trina, man, that guy wasn't right for you. You're gonna find someone right. And you the girl. You're gonna find somebody who can respect you, that deserve you. You it. I'm like, you lying. Anyway, like no, and that's my thing. To me, it's just like, why would you lie? Why would you lie when you just told me that on the drive to here, and then now you're telling me now she's right in front of our face, and now you're just lying to her, and that to me is just like, that's a sign like, you gonna lie to her, you gonna lie to me too. So it's just like, that's the thing you gotta be mindful. Like, you can't pick your friends right, you definitely can't pick your partner right. So it's just like, people need to be mindful of that.
Okay. Your thoughts on Billions?
Yeah, man, that vetting your friends. I mean, it's one of those things where like you have to realize that your friend circle is going to get smaller and smaller the older you get. I mean, like, because then you have to realize what exactly is a friend. Somebody you have a bond with, somebody you familiar with, somebody who can pick up the other side of the couch when you give them a phone call.
Bruh.
Man, let me tell you, like, when you move into a house and you ain't got nobody to help you, and you ain't got no family members, nothing like that, who can come up right quick. Your friends got to come through, and if you don't have any friends, you're gonna be living a sad life.
Yeah.
So, like, a friend is somebody who is not going to treat you poorly, who actually adds into your life, like how you guys were saying, and is also somebody who you have to say, hey, you know what? Is this person going to be with me as the years go on, or will they blow up on me, or are they always in drama?
Yeah.
So that's what you got to look out for when you vetting your friends, and don't use the word friend for everybody. It has to hit a certain requirement. I used to say that everybody was a friend.
It's
I'll
a
be like,
privilege.
man, you know what? Abba and Preach, they don't consider themselves friends.
Nope.
They say they work with each other.
Yep. And that's funny you said that too, because I said the same thing about me and Mika. And somebody was so harping on every little word she said. And I'm like, but did you hear the message of the whole story? Did you hear the message? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, I got to defend somebody through YouTube, and they're like thousands of miles away, but I got to, quote unquote, try to hold on to something that's 20 miles away. That's a red flag too. But I will say this, since we're talking about vetting friends, because two things. Like, I'm the type of person, like he mentioned the couch thing, right? I had a buddy long time ago. He called everybody Billions. He called his family, closest friends. Nobody didn't answer the phone. Then out the blue, he just tried me. And I was like, sure, I'm not doing anything. Went there. Lily grabbed his couch, helped him. We drove to New York to help him move his mom's furniture and stuff out the way, and transport somewhere else. And his girlfriend was there. So she was so appreciative of the situation. We went to hang out at her mom. So I'm just thinking, like, we just gonna be just hanging out, whatever. So her mom had took us out to a dinner, to a restaurant. I think it was like called the Bonefish. Ordered anything I wanted. We all ate, had a good time, and I went home, and we became like even closer friends. And then I will say this, number two, since Deuce was bringing out the distance friends, right? Man, Primal, we got to know each other. I actually reached out to him just on some whole YouTube stuff. Like, hey man, you got Sundays, we got Saturdays. Let's make this weekend a whole thing. He's like, cool. But over the time I got to know him, my vetting process with him, I never shit test them, because I think that's stupid to do. You just watch people's character. If they say they're gonna do something, they act on it, right? That's just always been my mentality. And the one thing I love about Primal is he's that annoying balanced person. He don't never like, hey, I'm gonna take sides on people, but let me just try to pivot to even people I don't like. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey man, he'll give like a good balance of that conversation. So, okay, it's not that big of a deal. But one thing that hit home with me with Primal, and I really never talked about this, it was a character trait that he did for somebody else that somebody in that similar realm helped me out. And from that day on, I was like, yo, this is a dude I want as a friend. This is a dude I know if I, you know what I'm saying, if we're in a closest area, if I call him, I know he got my back. Heck, I call him all the time now. He's like, hey, I'm driving in my truck just to come on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So people like that is what I want in my circle. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can actually answer the phone. Somebody can actually answer a message or DM. Because if I have to hit you up and I really can't hear from you in a day or two later, I mean, I might just move on with the conversation with somebody else.
Yeah, and Angelus, to your point, Primal can also do 500 burpees.
Yeah, man. That's a good friend. That's a good friend. your thought, Poppy.
I mean, when you meet a girl, the first thing you should do, if she's like usually women hang out with another 2-3 women. Let's say you met her outside, like at a bar. I don't know where you might meet her. You might want to treat her friend with more, you want to treat her friend right, because she can be your biggest cheerleader, or she can be.
What about just a regular guy friend or a family member?
That will come later. I treat everybody with respect until their respect is broken. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And usually most people like me, especially the mothers. The mothers always love me for the majority of the time. The fathers, they don't like me too much because they probably see themselves in me in a way. I don't know. but yes, like I say, you don't want to push the envelope too much, asking these people, especially like if it is a father or the brother, because they always want to be protective of their kid. Just be respectful, and that will take you a long way. Now, the friends, you got a little bit more leeway. Now, their friends, that's the one you got to really worry about, because women cares about what is their friend's opinion. Now, and you want to be able to impress their friends. So their friends be like, girl, he's a good one, girl. You should keep him, or you should talk to him, some shit like that. If you don't do good, them friends gonna throw you under the bus, yo.
That's true too. And I'm with Primal. I'd rather just have like 3 closest friends, because if you got like 10 so-called best friends, like I can't keep track of 10 best friends.
10 phone calls.
Yeah, 10 texts, like 10 whatever. I can't keep track of that many friends.
Just get a group chat.
Yeah.
But then also sometimes friends don't mix. You ever had it to where like your friend, they simply just do not like your other friend? That happened with my mom. She had some friends, they got to the point where they were like talking bad about each other's husbands, all kinds of stuff. It was ridiculous. But you know,
all the time.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Sometimes you gotta have friends for specific reasons too. Like, hey, you know what? I have a close friend who, I can talk to about pretty much anything, and then I got another friend who's always there for me to pick up the other side of the couch. Or the close friend lives far away, the other one lives closer. So,
I guess I just thought about something. Y'all ever had a friend that y'all actually broke up with, or they broke up with you?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Yeah, the same story, man. I'll tell it on here.
Was they high?
Yeah, I mean, well, they used to get high, but I don't know if they were high at that point. But I mean, like, it was so foolish, man. It was ridiculous. Like, you ever been like, so
I got to disagree with y'all. Like, first of all, y'all said, did you ever have a friend that broke up with you? Like, we talk about 2 men, like 2 men now friends, like. Listen, I ain't breaking up with no man. Like, we just start talking.
I think what he was trying to say is, you ended your friendship, right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. To elaborate on that.
Appreciate the clarity, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. That was a red flag.
Yeah, now I'm definitely talking about a woman, because some of the emotional stuff that went through, man, it was like I was like, I want to say 18, 19. No, I was like 19 years old or something like that. And this is my first experience, like, having an Instagram friend with somebody who was like tens of thousands of followers on Instagram. Oh, nice. And they were like really cool at first. I was like, oh, they actually spoke to me. We started talking and stuff like that. Then I get to know all this other stuff behind the scenes about them. And then it was just some crazy things that happened. Like, it would take me forever to go through it, but some of the stuff was like, she used to, you asked me if she get high. She used to get high, But then also she would tell me that she would want to self-delete and all this other kind of stuff. And one time she threatened to self-delete after after I was talking to her for a little while, and then she didn't answer the phone. I was thinking like, did you actually do it? I was so sad and afraid. Like, okay, did you actually, end yourself or whatever? And I never thought I'd never been through that kind of situation before. Then turns out later on, it was, oh no, I just went to sleep. I was just like, what? But that's one thing. But then also that is that this person was really had really bad decision making skills. They also were like, oh, I could they slept with somebody who they didn't know their name and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, well, and you trying to get into a relationship with them, but then I'm like, what? Why are you sleep with people that you don't know their name?
Yeah.
But then being upset that things don't work out, and then I was like, well, try and I guess not do that. She got so mad at me about that. She said I could sleep with the whole block if I wanted to, and like to get back at me or something like that. I was like, okay, and then she went. I guess she did. So, and then that was another. It was like later on, right? But
I never. That's crazy. Wow. I mean, as far as the ending of friendships, I say the only one is pretty much like in my high school time. I thought, and it happened to female. I thought she was very mature, but I was, I was on pretty much on Billions level, but I was the young and dumb one who actually did the early marriage in my early 20s, and my friends didn't like her, justifiably so. And we had pretty much had a talk about it. It's like, and their words was, "Hey, our friends don't have to work out, and sometimes life moves on." Gave me that type of speech, and I was like, "All right, cool." So I didn't really pay any attention to it till like when I got older, and I was like, "Yeah, I understand it more now." But as my my more adult years, I don't quote unquote break up with them. It's just like either I speak my piece, I explain myself with this specific friend. If they don't hear to my feelings, you know what I'm saying, or what's going on with our situation, I just move on and leave it, and just pretty much leave them hanging. You know what I'm saying? Especially like I had some friends in the past, like I'm that guy that check up on them a lot. And if I really don't hear anything from them, I'll just stop just to see how they will respond to me. I deal with female friends, guy friends, relationships too. So yeah, that's how I take it. But then I'll have like some, especially the women friends, they'll play them games like, oh, well, I didn't remember this, or I didn't. Well, that's fine. But remember, I reached out a couple of times. I left a voicemail, something just to see how you're doing. It didn't work out. Same thing. My homeboys, like, hey man, just checking up on you, see how you good. I don't hear anything. I'm done.
Yeah, and Angelus, also, can I add in something else about the group chat thing, the multiple friends thing?
Sure.
Is that even though you're friends with somebody, like the same friend, right? She put me into a group chat with all of the other friends. And then what happened was she got mad because one of the female friends that was in the group chat said, like, she's like, was just nice to me or whatever. She's like, hello, how are you doing? Stuff like that in the group chat. And then she was like, oh, is that your new girlfriend or something like that? It was ridiculous. I was like, I ain't never heard nothing like this before. But then after that, she's like, oh, we'll go speak to that girl. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to curse on your panel, but but you know what I mean? So it was just like crazy stuff like that.
Shout out to Zone. He said, I'm too lazy to check on my friends. All right, ain't nothing wrong with that. You just gotta be friendless. You're gonna be in that zone.
Well, I'll give a little nugget here for everybody, and maybe something to think on. There's a big difference between being friends with somebody and being friendly to somebody. There's a lot of people in this world that will probably be friendly to you, but are they really your friends? Maybe, maybe not. And the same thing can go the other way. You might think you're being friendly to them. They might think you're your friend, but you're actually just being friendly. So you have to test that out sometimes. And I'm not saying in a malicious or bad way, but there's going to come test of, all right, hey, is this my person? Did they come through when I needed them to? Okay, cool. Or, hey, no, this person's nice to me, but they're not really my friend. They're just friendly. And people often confuse those. They think,
Yes.
oh, this person says hi and they're nice to me and they're my good friend. No, not necessarily. Like, there's a big difference between being friends and being friendly. So watch out for that.
Fair. Try to make sure I miss nobody. Deuce, your thoughts on that, bro? You muted.
Absolutely agree. Yeah, but like people throw away that word friend a little too liberally just because y'all are cool at the time or y'all hanging out a lot at the time. But friends that's a title that's earned. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that person your friend? Just because you drink with them doesn't make them your friend. Just because y'all smoke together doesn't mean you're friends. You know, so like you have to really like be very careful with your personal definition as to what a friend is. And that's why people are setting themselves up for failure. And like Primal says, like, pick your hurt. You know what I'm saying? Pick your hard, because you're gonna have a hard time in life because you're gonna be thinking, oh, I've lost so many friends. Well, those people were never really your friends.
Yeah.
Right? If you put them in the associate category, hey, you know, associates come and go. It's easier for you to rationalize and for you to let them go. But if you're sitting there and attaching the emotions that come with friendships and how you value friendship to just any and everybody, you can set yourself up for failure and a lot of emotional pain.
That's fair. Jedi, you got anything, bro?
Being a friend is a privilege, and as privileges, they can be given or taken away from you. I believe that I give sentiment everything everyone was saying, because it's the same thing as the word love. We give what the name or the word love. We give that we diminish it because we give it so freely today in our culture, including friends. So it's like we say, "Oh, I love you." I'm like, "No, you don't. You just like whatever." It's not, and especially there's something is something that is valuable. You can't really diminish it, because like in order to be given that access or that privilege of you being a friend, I have to see you also have a consistent pattern behavior. And also when I give you access to my heart or to my resources or whatever, or just access to like knowledge of my life, whatever it might be, and I see you either not appreciating it, not being consistent, or you're taking advantage of it, that's another thing too. And that's why a lot of people have trust issues, because a lot of them are getting burnt, from it. But again, you gave access and privilege to someone that didn't really done the criteria, nor or that gave you the consistent evidence of like, okay, yeah, you are someone that I consider valuable to be in my life, and give you the title of friend. So yeah, going to the point, privileges can be taken away from you, and being a friend is a privilege.
Fair enough. So would that be in the realms of expectations?
Yes, because it's almost because it depends, because also you have to understand like you can have expectations, but are they realistic? Like, how much time you give someone, somebody to like realize they're your friend? Just because you have common interests, you like the same movie, you're not friends. Like, we can have a good conversation, but doesn't mean that I'm giving you access to my life. And I think that we would just do that so easily, even on social media, where it's like, oh, you like this artist too? Yeah, me too. And then you go deeper and deeper, and it's like, all right, okay, let's meet up sometime, like next week, and then and you tell me about how your dad left you when you were 2. No, like that's not gonna work, And but at the same time, I think a lot of people, they want that because people like access to knowledge or access to your power, that access to your your heart or whatever, that's power. And people just want to be manipulative and take advantage or have leverage over people. And that's the thing we're talking about. What Deuce was that we beat ourselves over the heads of past relationships or things that didn't go right, or even little friendships. But at the same time, it's like, were they really your friend? But yet they got what they wanted from you, but you didn't get in return. So this relationships are transactional. So I don't think that for you to give someone so freely, you're not a charity. Your heart is not a charity you give to people. It's something like there's criteria you should for people to have access to your life, and or more importantly your heart. So just like when people take advantage of that, either you can beat you up and said, hey, well, here I gave them this, and they basically crushed my heart and basically ruined my trust in people, or you can look back and reflect and self-reflect. Hey, maybe I was so foolish and so ignorant or naive, where I thought so freely like this person was important to me in my life, and they see me as a peer, but no, they saw you as someone that they can take advantage of. So,
Zone says, "I give money to my friends. Does that count?" Haha.
how much?
That's a good question too. Touche. All right, so I think we pretty much chopped it off from there with the because we broke it down. Men vetting friends, men vetting family, men vetting women. Is there any options that we can give women on how to vet us men properly?
Yep, I got one. Ooh, listen, this is big,
he already ready.
big
He already go. He ready.
Listen, got that shotgun loaded. All right. Listen, if y'all dealing with a dude that got kids, right? If you never see his kids, that's a red flag.
Oh,
the internet went out.
Do you mind repeating that again, sir? Because the internet kind of like lagged.
Feminism was trying to stop you. Tell him.
And we out.
I was gonna say I heard him just for a minute there. He's last thing we heard was kids.
Yeah.
If you never see his kids, like y'all hanging out all the time, you know he got kids. He don't never have his kids on the weekends. You ain't never like known for him to not have time for you because he's spending time with his kids. And you continue a relationship with that person. What you think will happen when y'all have kids? It's the same thing. Like what made you think? What made you think you was gonna be different because you were special? So that's why I think like women need to kind of vet, because you see that's why like you have all these dudes with like all these kids like baby mamas, and you knew he had that, but he hit you over the head with the, oh, you special, you different than my other 2 baby mothers or my other 3. Nah, baby girl, you about to be number 4. He collecting them all, like you know what I'm saying, like Thanos. Once he get that 5th baby mother,
I got you. Hold on. I got you.
I'm in
emotional damage.
I am inevitable.
All right, hold up. So what if the dude don't got no kids and the single mother has a child? What's the advice you would give her to vet the man properly?
Ooh.
I'll let you go after him.
That's a.
I got next. I got next.
Yeah,
women.
So I got smoke for that one.
Yeah.
However selective you are with dating, you know what I'm saying. You need to take it up to 10 when you got kids, and that person is going to be around your kids. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be very, 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 very like on point, man, because there's some weirdos out there, man. You don't want to bring no weirdos around your kids. People with, if you're getting red flags, you don't want to bring that around your kids. So you really gotta have to like draw a line, and you're gonna have to like, let go of some people that you might have liked, but they have certain behaviors that you just can't let around your kids. And I think that's a huge thing. That's a huge thing in all communities. Pretty much when you're dating people that have kids, where people bringing the wrong people around their kids, and those people are negative influences. Like I'm a product of a stepfather. My stepfather was a great influence on my brother and I. My mother knew him. My mother, that was her first boyfriend growing up. They grew up together. You know what I'm saying? So she's known him her whole life. That's a different kind of vetting. You know what I'm saying? But she knew what kind of his character as a man was, and I really appreciative of that. But I've also seen people who had terrible step parents. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it weren't vetted as much. And that, like, are you getting with this person out of desperation? Because a lot of people, when they have kids, they get desperate, and they want to find somebody who's going to be with them. And this is when daughters start getting kicked out of the house at 18, sons start getting kicked out of the house at 18 because the stepfather don't like them. That, you know what I'm saying? But she's thinking about her future and who's going to take care of her down the line. So she's willing to throw her kids to the wolves. That's very toxic, and I've seen that a lot. So be very careful and vet these people that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, because they're marrying into your family.
Okay.
Yeah, that's such a great point.
Jedi.
So it's that point you're talking about. What if a woman was a single mother and she's trying to marry, like trying to get with a man, whatever. This is one thing that boggles me, that men, like women think that, like, why should a man have to pay when they can get something for free, right? What I mean by that is that for the previous man, who you gave access to your body, you gave him the highest honor, which is give him a child, and he did a bare minimum, or he didn't do anything at all, and yet you want this someone person who is not, who might be an eligible man, might be not no criminal record, not who is financially stable, good career, good mindset on his head, but yet he needs to pay a higher price than the last man done. No, it's like when you realize, unfortunately, when you talk about we're not special people, we're not. We're very flawed individuals, and I think it's very different than the fact that when we have experienced the consequences of our choices, and yet we want someone else to pay for someone else what they have done, and yes, accepting the consequences that we have done and just eating it. A lot of women think that they can just move freely and make choices with no consequences. Well, guess what? Unfortunately, with those situations, making sure that the man got to be with, you got to understand that vetting him, not only saying that, okay, well, I know that I have a lot of baggage on me because I know I made some poor decisions with my previous child's father or whatever it might not be. But then you have to make sure that the person that you're with, knowing that you're being transparent, more importantly, accountable. Because one thing is, you're not going to be telling him that, okay, well, what are you going to do to, the other guy didn't pay the price, so what are you going to do? No, that's the thing. You can't give that false expectation to somebody.
All right, Poppy Blanco, you up?
Yeah. One way. Repeat that question one more time.
How does the women vet man? Like what we can tell the women how to vet man? It could be the baby daddies, baby mamas, single on both ends.
Okay, the first thing that I would tell women, I would tell my own sister to do this, and my cousins, and everybody that I carry in my family is, you need to see how that man, how close he is with his mother. That should be your first indicator. How he treat his mother, how he treat his grandma, how he treat his sister, what kind of respect he got toward his mother and sister. You see what I'm saying? That tells you a lot about the man that you want to be with. Now with the baby, with the single mom, single dad conversation, it gets tricky because me personally, I don't look. We're not the same. Men and women are not the same. We don't play, but we don't go by the same rules. So, when you a man, you're trying to get with a women that is a single mom, it's kind of tricky. It's dangerous. Number one, you becoming the kid's step parent. That's a thankless job. That kid will never respect you as a father. I don't care what you do. You can buy him $1 million worth of toys. That kid will never respect you as his father. You would be the other reason too is you would be like literally, you are like number 3 at the house, at your own house. Like you get home, those kids become her number one priority, then her, and then you like an afterthought after that. So that's why. Now it's different when the man is a single daddy, because if you look at the numbers, first of all, it's more women than men in this goddamn country by far. It's not even close. So more, and according to the system, 80% plus of the women got custody of the kid. So you know what I mean? I got mine like all the time. So, but when the man is the single father, it's different because the man is the provider anyway. So even if you trying to get with me, you don't have to spend $1 on my kids. You see what I'm saying? Now, if I get with a single mom, I have to spend money on your kids that ain't mine, that will never respect me anyway, because his dad, he know who his real daddy is. So it becomes with legal problems too. It's a lot of headaches. It's a lot of problems, bro. I don't see it. It's a lot of negative things more than positive. That's the way I look at it.
And Poppy, that was so much facts when you said the single dad, they'll never ask the girlfriend or the future wife or whatever to pay for the child, but then the single mom will ask. It is so true, because I remember even with my dad and his wife, like whenever like she would ever pay for something for me, she would say something like, "Oh, you got a job?" Like, "Oh, she'd be like, oh, like you can pay me back and I'll pay her back." You know what I mean? Even if I didn't have a job, I would pay her back. So like this is gonna be the huge difference between the two dynamics.
Yeah. And I forgot one thing that to include too when it comes to the legal parts. 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. It becomes a dangerous thing, bro, because man is vulnerable. When I say vulnerable, it takes literally one accusation from you going to jail. You see what I'm saying? Like you at your own house, you walk in a room, and this little kid that ain't yours might see you naked or something, even that you did it on purpose. You do it on purpose. You see what I'm saying? It's just it's a torture thing. It's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bad. It's bad, man.
That's fair. Primal. How do we vet? How do the single ladies vet the men? Whether the baby fathers, whether the baby mothers, or no kids on both ends.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Got my notebook ready.
For the ladies, the men, they got to be 6 feet tall. They got to make 6 figures. They got to have 6-pack abs. What was the other 6?
At least 6 inches.
At least 6 inches in the pants, right? No, that's what you need. No,
They gotta be primal as well.
Yeah, they got to be primal. Not everybody can be perfect, but everybody can be primal, right? So we could go with that.
I'm rich, bitch.
So you got to take your time. You got to vet them out. See how do they treat you? Like that's a huge part of it, right? Do they treat you well? Do they treat other people well? You know, here's a really good one I hear all the time. If you're a woman, you go out on a date with a man. Look how he treats the server at the restaurant. Look how he treats other people around him. Does he dismiss the server like they're a piece of crap? Or will he maybe even have a little conversation? Hey, how are you today? How's your day going so far? Let me give you a good tip. Hey, be like little things like that. That's how a woman can kind of vet out a man, is watch his behaviors around other people and see how he treats other people. And bottom line, his actions. If he says he's going to be somewhere at a certain time, like men are very big, at least men who are on their purpose and doing things in the world, they're very big about like sticking to their word. If they say, hey, I'm going to be somewhere and do this thing, then they had better be there and do that thing. Otherwise, they're kind of not on their purpose, right? What's the other thing? The hard, and I'll drop a hard truth on you, and this is just my opinion and take it for what it is, but on the single mom dating a man that doesn't have any children, I feel like it's like Poppy said, it's going to be rough, right? Because what if you have a little girl and he comes and the man is one accusation away from having his whole world turned upside down. And it might not even be true, right? Maybe mom and the boyfriend had a fight and she said, oh, well, you looked at my daughter funny, right? Mm-hmm. That's dangerous for the man. That's very dangerous for the man. I guess maybe that could happen in the reverse situation, but it's not nearly as likely in my opinion. Again, my opinion.
No.
The other problem.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, good. I was just going to chop in through Kirk, but you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah. The other thing is, and I'll just keep it 100 here. If there's a single woman with children out there, what man of value is going to be thinking she's my first choice? So to me, that means that a single man that's picking single moms, a single man without children that's picking single moms, maybe he's not doing so well in life. Maybe he's broke. Maybe he's not good looking. Maybe he's got something else going on. Because let's just keep it 100. A single man without children, would he rather pick, all things being equal, a beautiful 25-year-old that has a kid or a beautiful 25-year-old that doesn't have a kid?
He ain't got no other options.
Yeah, can I add one more fact on the one thing?
Go ahead, bro.
There's one simple thing. It's one of the simplest things, but like up terms of why I encourage men to listen is how does she talk about men? Right? Like her idea, her perception of men, the value of men. Does she her respect for men? Like now, I understand like we can make some side comments, whatever, like but it's just there's a certain type of attitude that you have when the topic of men come around, especially when she says I hate men, or I don't want to be cruel, I'm not trying to get political, but anytime I hear social, like I'm a social justice, I'm an SJW, like when they blatantly say that, I'm like, you have to say that to me, why you have to say that? And then it leads to other things, just like how her value men, belittling men, all the stuff around her and stuff like that. It's just like I wouldn't be around with somebody that don't see value in me. So why are you putting up time with that? That's why I ask men, when you see women that don't like how she talks about men. I saw a live stream the other day how she said all men are trash, all of men. When you have that perception, that whole mindset, like, and regardless how she looks, it's just like all that looks means nothing without attitude and character. It just, I that's for me, that really just turns me off.
No, you're right, bro. Because we were just talking about actions and stuff. So for me, for the ladies, it's pretty much come down to, oh man, because I'm actually that guy who date the single mothers. I'm that guy. Yeah, I know, Primer. Don't. Yeah, I'm that guy, and ladies, it's just on my end, because I was on both ends. I was the divorce, was the single quote unquote dad, but then that got cleared up, so I'm good. But at that time, I was doing what I guess like Primer said earlier. I was dating single women, but my I guess my balance was dating the single moms, because it was like, okay, that glove fit a little bit better. She had a better understanding with me. I had a better understanding with them. We was out and about with the kids. I was watching her, how she interact with her kids, her family, how she's interacting with me. So that takes a real precedent with the women. So if you're out and he happened to have kids and doing like what Dude's saying, he's not checking on their kids. One thing was funny. I had a friend. She was talking to me and my homeboy, and she just kept talking about how much she liked this guy and using that like you said, that friend word so easily and that love word so easily, but there was no actions behind it. And there was a question asked like, so when he called you, do he ever ask about your kids? And she couldn't answer the question. She's like, oh no. So that's a big, huge red flag. If you got a guy that you're dating, ladies, with kids, and you have a child or two, and the guy that's interested in you knows you have kids, and he's not asking about your kids, he's not concerned about what's going on in your daily life with you and your daughter or son, that's a red flag. If you just casually brings up like, oh, my daughter's sick, so I guess I'll do whatever, and then later on he doesn't chime in with you or touch base with in a casual conversation like, hey, how is your child doing versus you, that's a huge red flag. Just keep that in mind. If he's only focusing on you, how beautiful you are, how's your day going, how you, what are we going to do, but never mention your kid at all in any depth of a conversation, he's for the streets. Now, if he got a kid, yeah, go ahead, Poppy.
I would go ahead, finish.
Now, if he has kids, same thing. Try to get out in public, try to do this, because even when I dated in my past, even currently, and I dated somebody with a kid, in the beginning of the phases, I would just date her because I'm trying to get to know her. But if I knew she had a child, let's have that conversation. But now if it came just like me coming around the house and that stuff, hey, you and your child, if the child is of mine, can actually have some good conversation with, let's go out in public for a little bit. Let's see if he cares enough to even want to see my face. Because I remember when I was 14, my mother was dating, it was a heck no in all cases. And I was the firstborn. I didn't want no dude around my mom. I didn't want no dude around the house. That's just how it was. I was the man of the house. He had to prove himself for a lengthy period of time, even though my mom put her foot down like, hey, this is who I'm dating. If she felt like she did it the right way after a year or so, but it took like years and moments of me vetting them too, because even the kids be vetting. Kids be seeing some things that the parents don't see, and that's the whole nother thing. So go ahead,
sir. I want you to highlight this message that gonna amplify everything that I'm saying. Go all the way up where green-eyed lady say, my child don't need a whooping. I want you to highlight that real quick. Go up.
All right.
Yeah, that's the red flag one.
You find it?
Is it that one? I appreciate. Oh man, it's a little bit higher up. Okay, I see it.
That's it. You see, this is a perfect sample why I would tell my son to stay away from the women that have kids. Like I would be so, I would make that his Bible right there. Do not mess with women with kids. I would tell that to my own son. I told that to my cousin in New York lately, and then he called me 6 months later telling me that I was right. So I know what I be talking about, bro. This is why. Look at this. We can read this, and I'm not picking on you, green eyes lady. I just want to let you know that. But I just want to show the guys what we talking about, what I'm talking about here. She said, my child don't need a whooping. He's a respectful, happy little boy. Man, let me tell you something, man. I don't care how good them kids is. Every kid gonna act like a kid. They don't know no better, bro. And if you, as a man, you end up with a woman with a kid and y'all together, I'm not talking about his boyfriend and girlfriend, I'm talking about just together. This man should have the right to discipline this kid whatever way it fits. You see what I'm saying? That's his house. And that kid's supposed to be under his rules, bro. And if he decide to spank the little kid a little bit, couple spanks, that woman should intervene. You see what I'm saying? Also, that got to be discussed before they get into that kind of relationship, obviously. But like, and this is right here. This is the perfect example that you want to stay away from that, bro, because now you're in a relationship with a woman with a kid, and guess what? This kid is disrespecting you all over the house, and you tell him, yo, check the hell on, go to your room. Guess what? That's a big argument, and you are the one going to be kicked out of the career, bro. Because women, and no, it's not only her. A lot of people, a lot of girls think like that. That you cannot say nothing about their kids because they think their kids are angels. I mean, my kids is real good, but I know she's not an angel. They're no angels. I know that.
Oh, let me add this one in, because again, Green, he wasn't saying that you in general. He was just speaking of you. He's just speaking in general. But she added another caveat to this one. She said, "Okay," and I'll just put it like this: What if the child with special needs? Would you still? She said, "My son has special needs, always happy and cannot speak for himself."
That's
so
different.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's different. Yeah, obviously, that's different. You know what I mean? I'm talking about,
yeah, that's exception.
Yes, exactly. That's different. And I wasn't picking on you. I'm talking in the general. We're talking generalities over here. Like, don't take it personal. I just kind of like amplifying the example that I'm giving. Why most men, it's not even me, most men stay away from a single mom because this is the same reason right here. And you just wrote it. If a man be like, yo, I'm gonna pay the rent, or even get doing 50-50, the man is the man of the house. I don't care what kind of relationship you got. He paying 100% of the bill or 50-50. It don't matter. He's the man of the house. That man deserves respect. I don't care if he makes $20,000 a year or $150,000 a year. He's still the man. You chose to be with him, so you own that man that kind of respect.
Yeah, it is. Some women, they don't know how to vet, so they choose just anybody. Yeah, he got a heartbeat.
But they love him, Billions. They love him.
Man, he got a heartbeat. That's their only option. That's what they chose. That's how some women are. Like, it's not like, of course, not every woman. You already saw how Poppy had broke down how they have a whole roster, but you know, like,
got to start at 5.
There be some sorry dudes out there, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. There be some sorry dudes.
I appreciate everybody being here, and I'm gonna say this real quick, and we're gonna close it out. Because it was a comment before earlier. Because again, somebody acts like, y'all not starting at 6 o'clock. Yes, again, the schedule was pre-planned for 6 o'clock, but all these guys here, my boy Primal, my homeboy Poppy Blanco, Before the Billions, Jedi Mike, my homeboy Deuce, either one's out the country serving this great country, one has a career, one is doing college stuff, exams, making something of himself, one raising his family and working, the other one's off on the road working in the hotel. All these guys is taking the time out for free doing, I feel, me and Mika a favor, the Great Pill Podcast, so we can have these open conversations, so we can have these anecdotal experiences and give a general conversation. I can't speak for every other panel, but in my experience for every other panel, when they speak in general conversations, they always arguing and fighting with each other, trying to make a point across. Nobody here be trying to make a point across to make their opinions their point or their general speaking a point. We're speaking always in general conversations, so we'll leave it like that. So the fact that these gentlemen can come on here, I push the time back because, again, it works all together for us, and I can't, and me personally, I can't talk about men vetting or women vetting, everything we just brought up. I can't have that conversation by myself. These are all each different men from different planes of the earth, so we can have these conversations, so we can give our perspectives all across the board. So respectfully, let's not harp over the 6 p.m. We general on this side is fine with it. We're cool with it. We move forward with it. So I hope everybody appreciate the Great Pill Podcast. We work very hard for the subscribers. Appreciate the likes. the subs and anything else. So we're gonna give closing thoughts, and we'll go with Mr. Jedi Mike.
Mhm. Yeah, guys. Can you give me the 30 likes, please? We're at 27. Like, y'all give me the 30 likes, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, lead.
I know who I am. I'm a dude. I'm an a dude disguised as another dude.
I don't know. Take that as a. I don't know.
This is
Wait a
what
minute.
we're gonna hear.
You can say something now, motherfucker, say it.
All right, but honestly, great conversation. I just like my last thing I would say, which in terms of men, vetting women. The woman you choose to have children with, or to marry, is gonna be one of the biggest decisions you're gonna make in your life as a man. Because unfortunately, you have to realize that there's a clock out there and it's always ticking. That means that you are not immortal. One day you're not gonna wake up in the morning, or something else might happen. Whatever, that's just life circumstances. But if you continue to have a legacy, offspring that will continue your last name, how are you going to control that? That person impacting this world. That all going back to the macro level, you making the choice of who you decide to bear children with, who decide to be in a relationship with. And more importantly, like I said, one of the most important decisions you're going to make in your life, and with that comes with the greatest vetting, the greatest amount of patience you can have, and also the greatest discernment as well. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and comment, like, and share and everything. Yeah, we got the 30 likes. Thank you. You have not because you asked not. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. Shout out for the win. Papi Blanco, final closing thoughts, sir.
Let me start off by saying great topic. Everybody in this panel, I mess with them literally every day. So I'm real close to these people in this panel. Please subscribe to everybody in here, man. Billions, before the Billion channel, Primal channel, Great Pill Podcast, and my man Jedi, and my man, he's part of the network too now. So he's part of the network, so he already subscribed to anyway, and my channel too. Great topic, but I want to finish saying this. I don't care. Forget about these topics and stuff like this, because like my whole energy is being down because that stuff that happened in Texas, bro. That thing got me feeling real bad, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bunch of kids getting deleted, man, like 21, bro. And that's why one of the reasons I kind of came late. I gotta apologize for coming late into your podcast, because I was with my kids. You see what I'm saying? I had to hug them and love them, because now it's to the point. This country is getting out of hand, bro, to the point now that kids can't even be in elementary safety, bro. I don't know if anybody's familiar to what happened earlier.
No.
You familiar with it?
No,
I didn't see it.
Oh my.
Yeah,
oh
I
my
was
God,
just
bro.
reading about it a few minutes ago. It's really sad.
He's gonna break your heart, man. Straight up. It's straight up, bro. Bunch of kids, bro. Just now to the point that you send your kid to the school, your kid can't even be safe, bro. That's sad. That's sad, bro. And my heart goes out to them, bro. That's what I'm gonna say. This is closing thought.
Okay, I appreciate it, man. Deuce, what about you, sir?
Yeah, I'm on the same kind of time as Poppy. Yeah, so stay on topic. The vetting. It's just be honest with yourself. Be honest with you, like what you want in life and what you want out of the relationships that you have and the people that are around you, and stick to that. Hold on to that. Don't worry about like what society was popular, was trending, because I think that's why everybody wanted all them the joints with the big Brazilian butt lifts and stuff like that, because that's what was in, but it might not necessarily be who you are. Stick to who you stick to who you are, stick to what you like, and and stick to what's right for you, and be down for those that are down for you.
Okay, well said. Primal.
Yeah, it's a great conversation. Vetting is very important. I've said it numerous times. Biggest decision you'll ever make in your life. It's not even who you'll marry, it's who you have children with. So, vet properly, because if you're in a romantic engagement with somebody, there's a chance that you might have a kid with them, right? So choose wisely, choose properly. I'll also say that when it comes to vetting, the part that people struggle with is actually exiting people from their lives. Not everybody's meant to walk with you through the rest of your life. That can go for friends, that can go for family, that can go with romantic interest, right? Like some people you'll hang out with for a while and vibe with. Other people, they'll be your lifelong friends. It's okay to let go people that don't align with where you're trying to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll close on that. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. Before the billions.
Yes, I want to say thank you again, man, for having me up. Please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to this channel. But you know what, I just wanted to point out this is that, you know, the stories that I told earlier in this live stream, I just wanted to kind of make the point that, yeah, this is really just to help others by maybe telling you guys some mistakes that I may have made when I was younger that I won't make now, but I also don't want others to repeat it, like, because you've heard it before, so you know what to look out for. And I'm glad that that Angelus is having this panel for this discussion to let other maybe younger men, maybe older men who just simply don't know how to vet, especially in this current dating market. So whether it's dating or in friendships, I'm glad that you brought that up as well. So thank you again for having me up, and I appreciate it.
No, man, I appreciate you guys. So thank you very much. Yeah, pretty much all the guys here said it. I said it best. I'm sure somebody hit me up in a text or DM and start crying about it. But forgetfulness, if you're a type of woman or guy, family member that forget the text or just come out your mouth and say things that you're going to do and you don't do it, that's a triggering factor for me. Words do matter, okay? In the Bible, in the law, just up in the air, it happens. Women or men like to take advantage of your kindness. It is a weakness. So again, if you offer things to your friends and you got an attitude because of it, you want to hangle it and dangle it over their heads. They are not your friend. They are not your girlfriend, and clearly they are not wifey material. They are for the streets. Actions speak louder than words. So with that being said, definitely shout out to Primal Studies. You can check him out on his YouTube channel. He will be there Sunday between 8 and 9. You get all the updates there. Deuce, you can always check him out here, Grable Podcast, or if we slang him over there to Black Men Unfiltered to have these great discussion topics over there, he'll be over there. Shout out to Poppy Blanco TV, who just went over 500 subscribers, and you can check him out on his channel anytime, any day, anywhere. Jedi Mike, his link will be down below for every content that we do, because he is, I feel, he will be our decider until the end of the time. So when he become that guy, that will be my best friend for life. He just don't know it yet. Before the Billions, shout out to Before the Billions. You can find him anywhere on the YouTube streets. Also, the name is in the description below. Before the Billions, great content. He can talk about IT, tech, and there's some we will be trying to work out a schedule, if it's not this week or the next, to be talking about real estate. All right, he's about that life. So grow up, shut up, move on.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play